All right, so welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the RZNGMEN show. And on the phone, I am so excited. I've got a great person, great friend, Robert Earl Dean. Robert, say hello.
Hello, everybody. I'm so glad to be with my brother. We've been friends for years. I'm just honored to be able to chat it up a little bit with him.
Oh, man, it's an honor that you would even take time to be on our show and just be able, I keep saying hours. And Robert, maybe you have to pray with me because since my wife has passed here recently, I've been doing this show, the word hour has been coming out of my mouth so much more. So for now, I'm just thinking maybe it's just the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit as my hour, because I don't have a significant other hour at this moment, but it's just seeing it jumping out. So, and it jumped out again this morning. So forgive me on that.
It's all right, brother. I'm just glad to be working with you in this capacity.
Well, we're excited. And this is, so everyone knows, this is part of our On Track series. And so Robert Earl Dean has been a promoter, a producer, a singer, songwriter for years. And Robert, if you had to describe your musical style, how would you describe it?
My musical style is traditional gospel with a twist and a flair of contemporary instrumentation.
Oh, okay. Now I've never heard that before. Now that's outstanding because your music it definitely touches the soul. It touches it from any walk of life, any place in life.
Right. I'm a soul singer, and I know what comes from the heart will always reach the heart, because that's all I know.
Well, that's outstanding. I think you do it well. And then if you had to show and choose some of your greatest influences in musical style, who influences you?
My influences definitely have to be my father, the late Deacon Robert Dean, my uncle Theodore Duncan, my cousin Linda Fitzgerald. If you look at people that are reputable as far as in the industry, I would have to say Donny Hathaway, Stevie Wonder. On the gospel side, Kirby Brown, who was a wonderful lead with Hezekiah Walker for years. I would say Daryl Coley. Those are some of the ones that stand out.
Now, when you listen to music, I know you have a lot of different people that you listen to, but when you want to turn on some music and you need to be ministered to, who do you turn on?
Well, anybody knows me knows that I'm very, very close friends with Yolanda Adams. She's more like a sister. So I listen to her because her songs are so touching and the lyrics are so profound. And I'm a lyric person. When I get music written for me, I tell the writers to make sure that it has strong lyrical context.
Well, that's a blessing. And when you look at what the Lord has given you on your current project, as you tell everybody about your current project, but what on your current project is something that you know beyond a shadow of knowing that if a person was up or down, this song and that song will bless you?
Well, we're working on my entire album, but we have a few singles that are out and available on your digital music entities. And we have a single out called It's Not Over. Mm-hmm. And that song was written by a close friend of mine, Rod Cole, out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas. And the song said, It's Not Over till God says it's over.
Yes.
And that is something that a non-believer as well as a believer can attest to.
Well, that's outstanding. And Robert, I know we're going to play some of your music as a part of the program because I definitely want people to be blessed. So how do people bless you? How do they connect with your music? Where do we find your music? Tell the people where do we find. So I'm going to put it up on the blog as well, but tell everybody, how do we get to your music?
My music is available on iTunes, Rhapsody, Google Music, CDBaby.com. All those digital entities that play your music, and they can just look up Robert Earl Dean, and they'll see it. And YouTube, I'm live at the House of Blues on YouTube. I did a concert there as an artist. So various entities on iTunes as well as YouTube.
Yes, excellent. As I know, I see you a lot on Facebook Live, and I'm always trying to follow and see what Robert's up to. Because whenever you're out, man, I don't find you to be like any other artist because I love the realism. And maybe because I know you in part, and maybe because I've seen you in action. I've seen you in San Diego and being a definite part and a fiber of the community. Maybe that's what draws me. And I know when everybody else, give a chance to listen to Robert's music. It'll bless you. I don't care where you find it, but you got to find it. Especially with the holidays coming and post-holidays coming, it's an opportunity really to get to know both Robert and his music and his ministry because it doesn't stop. right there. Now, Robert, you have some projects that are coming up, a special program. Tell me something about that program that's coming up.
Well, February 4th, 2017, I'll be celebrating 20 years of promoting Christian entertainment in San Diego. And you know as well as I know, San Diego is a retirement military city,
Yes,
so
sir.
we're not the traditional gospel mecca as your Bible Belt places are.
Sure.
But God has allowed me to stay around and to stay, in the loop of things that people still come out and support. And we're doing my 20th anniversary, and I'll be celebrating my 48th birthday as well. And we're just going to have a good time with Sonia Griffin, who's known from LFS for the song That's When You Bless Me.
Oh, man.
One of their biggest hits.
Yeah.
Vera LeGrand-White, who's pursuing a solo career now with Eddie Boucher Fulfillment. And Walter Rogers, and some more local talent. So we always highlight local talent because I push independent artists a lot. So that's how we're going to do that night.
Well, the outstanding thing, too, Robert, is that when you're doing something, it's never just commercial. It's all about God. So, when you see these dates come out on the blog and you're following Robert, I encourage you to seek Robert out on all of his social media channels and bless his life and get involved in his ministry, because as he ministers, I guess this says, well, follow me as I follow Christ. That's why we follow Robert, because Robert, you follow Christ. So I don't ever have to worry about you do anything shady or anything bad. No. Perfect. But you are a real brother.
God told me as a child that if I did what he wanted me to do, he would open up doors for me.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'm a witness. I'm a believer in doing things with integrity. Because if you do things wrong, God is not going to bless your best. And I was raised to believe that, and I stand firm in that. That's why you don't hear nothing crazy about me. I take care of my artists that are on program. I look out for all my people, because it's very, very important when you're representing Christ that you do it like Christ would do it.
Exactly. So how do you balance? I know you're busy. You're singing, songwriting, you're ministering. How do you balance life? Where do you find that time to seek God and to hear from him for your life?
Well, I pray a lot, read the Bible, of course. Came from a Church of God in Christ background, so I was taught at a young age about the power and the necessity of prayer.
Yes.
Because if you pray and seek God's face, he'll always direct you. So I seek him, and I have a great manager in Pastor Robert Spriggs, who you know,
Yes, sir.
San Diego.
Yes, sir.
He works in the community as well, and he's a good covering for me. And we pray and we seek God about different things to do. And from there, God allowed me to be a track coach. Because, you know, Greg, I've been a track coach coming up in February for 29 years.
Wow.
So that's another job in ministry in itself. So to juggle all those things and sing with Eddie Boucher Fulfillment, with the Stella Award finalist. We're doing well on Billboard with our latest project. It's a lot going on, but God always directs me. If you seek him, he'll make everything go smoothly.
Yeah, that's outstanding. Now, did you used to run track when you were younger?
Yes, I ran track from elementary school all the way to high school at Lincoln High School, and that's when I started being an assistant coach right after graduation in 89.
Well, I hope you notice I didn't say when you were young. I say younger, because I know you can get out there still run and beat those young whippersnappers out there on that track.
I can beat some of them. I can't beat the top ones, but I can beat the second and third tier ones.
I ain't mad at you. Now, when you used to run, what were your events?
Well, I went to Lincoln, a small school. We ran pretty much anything that we were needed in. So I done stuff from the 800 all the way down to 100. I even did the 300 hurdles. I was on both relays. So I was very versatile. I had pretty good range.
Now as a key for young singers out there, do you actually still do a lot of distance to help you be able to control your vocals as you're preparing to sing and keep yourself in shape?
That's funny you would say that, but I do a lot of cardio stuff. The elliptical machine and the treadmill, they're very good for building your stamina because, believe it or not, young singers or aspiring singers, you have to have stamina in order to project, in order to to stay in your notes so you won't go flat. So it's very important to exercise and take care of your vessel and your body that God gave you.
Now, do you find that you still diet well? Because, I mean, I know we talk about keeping our body healthy because you hit on a very key point, and you exercise. But do you, because I know, we go to churches and there's food available, whether it be dinner or dessert. I mean, do you still find that you're able to eat like you used to be able to and still sing?
Well, it's done in moderation. About 2005, I had throat nodules.
Really?
A small nodule in your throat.
Okay.
And my voice is stronger now than ever, but that made me, reconstruct my mentality on what to eat, because at night when you go to sleep, gas sends things to your throat and your vocal muscles, and that causes nodules. So I try to be careful eating late at night. I try to be careful of dairy products and that kind of stuff. I drink a lot of tea, because tea is good for floating your throat, and honey and all that kind of stuff.
Now, Robert, how long ago did you have the throat nodule surgery?
2005.
2005. Okay, so when you were going into that time, now that's an excellent opportunity to talk about faith. How did you really keep your faith together? Know that, because I know that could have been scary. Because I know I've heard in those surgeries they have to just scrape those nodules off. And was there ever any fear of damage to your vocal cords, or you already knew the Lord was going to bring you through that, and that was never a concern?
Well, I was concerned, and I knew something was wrong, because I've always been a singer who could go for a long time and who had stamina. As a young person, I could sing a long time. Edward Boucher calls me his racehorse. You give me a song when the winter kicks in, I can go for a long time. Yeah. And it started to get to where I was forced faster, and it just felt like something was on my voice. And so I went to the ear, nose, and throat doctor, and lo and behold, I had nodules.
Wow.
It's very prevalent in singers who sing a lot, and I was traveling a lot with my college choir, with voices. So I was just doing a lot of singing. And Natalie Cole had them, Barbara Hines had them, Vera LeGrone, Anita Baker. So it's common among singers who do a lot of singing. But I was very apprehensive. I was like, oh, God, I don't know what's going to come out. So should I keep singing or what? So I took a little break and got myself together, and God allowed me to go to a speech pathologist and to learn how to talk better, how to sing better, and I didn't have to have the surgery. Thank God.
Wow.
Because like you said, they scrape them, and you never know what's going to happen after surgery's over. So God didn't allow that to happen for a reason, and I'm thankful for that.
Well, that's a blessing, because that speaks to your faith, Jesus. You're not just singing about it. You're actually living the song that you talk about. Oh,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've had faith since I was a little boy. I learned how to pray. I mean, I was very different as a child. I was a prayer warrior. I was a kid who was always around adults. I always sang with adults. So God had his hands on my life as a very young lad. And I learned and developed my faith for that.
So what do you tell kids that are like you? So your story, Robert, sounds similar to mine. So I can't sing. The best I can do I can talk to you on the radio. I can give you that afternoon drive tone, but I can't sing.
But you're good at what you do, brother. God has something that everybody can do, and you're very good at what you do. You've always been.
I appreciate it. Keep praying for me, brother. I definitely want to do more and give the gift to the kingdom. I always used to tell myself and think of myself as being God's engineer when we used to do sound live and in studio.
I remember.
Man, that's always what I wanted to do. And even now with this show, and the Lord has given me the opportunity to do Raising Men, because it's an opportunity for men to become better and have real talk about real life. This is what it's all about. And
awesome. What you're doing is awesome.
Man, I appreciate it. Tell a young person now, imagine you're you now, right? Tell Robert, the 40-year-old you, 10 or 15 years from now, what he should remember and what he should constantly do to push forward in God.
What I would tell a young person is that be prayerful and listen. So a lot of times we pray and we don't listen for God's answer. And then we get mad when things don't go the way we want it.
Yes, sir.
And you pray and you listen, and as a kid, surround yourself with those adults who can plant good seeds in you,
yes, sir,
and that can help push you into what you're doing. I was blessed to have people in my family that believed in me, and they pushed me and supported me. That's very important, because if you don't water a seed, seed won't come forth.
How can I help you, Robert, to forward where you're going. I know we have your program. We're going to definitely do a lot of pushing with you, alongside you, with your anniversary coming. I know this prayer, that's a big thing. I know those of you who are listening, I need you to go out and buy these tickets and support Robert, buy his music and support Robert. If you believe in God and you love gospel music, even if you don't, you just heard his name, just go buy his music and bless him. I promise you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, this young man's ministry will bless you and bless you, bless you. Again, you're listening to the RZNGMEN Show, and I'm your host, Craig Carlisle, and I have on the phone with me in studio is Robert Earl Dean, gifted promoter, singer, songwriter, and he's a friend. Robert, how can I help you more? What can I do for you?
What you're doing now by interviewing me and allowing your listeners to know me, get to know me better, you're doing a great thing, brother. I would say just keep lifting me up in prayer, as you said, and stay tuned, because when this album is done, there's going to be some really, really good things happening for us. Under Adam is a big supporter of mine. You'll be hearing a lot of good stuff soon. The project is coming along. I have music from one of the baddest writers in the country, Cedric Thompson, who is very pivotal for that Donald Lawrence fame of Tri-City. His wife, June Thompson, singer. I have music from him. David Curry, the co-founder of Mississippi Mass, and other great writers writing for me. Malcolm Williams has a choir in Chicago called What's the Great Faith? Written many hits for Dorinda and different people. These people are planting a seed in my ministry, in my project. I just say continue to lift me up and, keep pushing me on your radio, the show. This is great for me.
Well, let's do that. And Robert, why don't we also get together and talk off air as your anniversary concert's coming? Maybe myself and other people in the media, if you would allow, Lord, pray for us, see what the Lord allows, and speaks to you. Maybe we are out there at the anniversary recording live there and interviewing your guests.
You are welcome. Please come.
Okay.
I'll hook you up with my manager, Robert Spriggs.
Okay.
We would love for you to bring the media. That's another way to reach the masses. The Bible says how to reach the masses. This is one way to reach the masses, and it's very important for me to touch lives, man, because I take this ministry of music very seriously, and I know that it touches, that it heals, that it encourages, that it inspires, and I told God I want to be a vessel, to be used to help encourage people in these times that we're going through.
Well, that's outstanding. Let's do that. Let's make a commitment to you for that. And also on the long line, I want to make a commitment again. The listeners are holding me accountable. This recorded broadcast is holding me accountable to you. I offer my services to you, Robert, also for another place to find safety and prayer. And even you said, hey, no, brother, I just need a prayer. Text me or whatever, and to be an intercessor for you, because when you're out there, definitely blessing you with peace and prosperity. I'm blessing you with strength and refreshing, Robert, as you're getting ready to do that, as you constantly sing, and especially for having refreshing for your voice and for constant healing, especially in this cold weather as you're going and coming and singing and giving out, so you be able to recover faster. You'll be able to continue to be that racehorse that you are for God. So we definitely are doing that and speaking that into your life now as a part. So when you need something, feel free to text me, call me, whatever. You have my number.
I'm going to do that. We're going to keep in touch because you are good people, and I love to connect and to fellowship with those like-minded. And you've always been an entrepreneur type of person. Ever since we met, man, I mean, you did stuff mandated. We'd be working together because I've worked for everybody. I've worked for Mandate. I've helped them. I've worked for everybody. And you've always been there, your sister as well. And you guys are dear to me. And I thank God that you're doing what you're doing. So I encourage you as well.
I appreciate it, brother. I love you. And again, everyone, this is Robert Earl Dean right here on the RZNGMEN Show. And we're going to play some of his music on the show today. You all be blessed. And I love you all. Till next week.
The Bible says in Romans 8:28, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him and who have been called according to his purpose.
Yeah, SCP, KD, Robert Earl Dean. Got a message for you. It's not over until God says it's over. Let's go.
be tough, you may be going through. God sent me with this message to encourage you. Romans 8:28 says, all things work together for the good. God has a master plan, the power is in his hand. Oh no, no, no. Trust and know. Don't let the trials it's not over till God says it's over. Don't let your situations or challenges surround you till God says it's over. Don't need to let worry or doubt try to stress you out. It's a trick of the enemy. Resist him and he will flee. His promises are true. He will come through. He said if you acknowledge him, he will direct your path. Oh yeah. Ooh yeah. No matter what you're going through, said it ain't over. No, said it ain't over. No, it ain't over. No, 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 it ain't over. I can tell you what he did for me, he'll do it for you. All you gotta do is let him carry you through. I came to tell you it ain't over. No, 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 no. I can believe. I can receive. He did it for me. He'll do it for you. God will bring you through. Eyes have not seen. Ears have not heard. Ask the woman with the issue of blood. Ask the children of Israel. I know he can, and I know he will. It was early one morning, just about the break of day, when Jesus, he touched me and he washed all my sin away. I started running, I started shouting. I had no time for doubting. You know that I got nothing but the Holy Ghost. Yeah, it was early one morning, just about the break of day, when Jesus, he touched me and he washed all my sins away. moving. Moving down in my soul. It'll make you love your enemies. Talking about the Holy Ghost. Moving down in my soul. The Holy Ghost, it will keep me. The Holy Ghost. When I don't wanna be kept. Moving down in my soul. I can feel it moving in my soul. Take control. Yeah, the Holy Ghost. The Holy Ghost. Jeremiah said it like fire down in my soul. From the top of my head, way down, way down, way down to the sole of my feet. Down in my soul. It's like a wheel in the middle. The Holy Ghost. In the middle of the wheel. Down in my soul. It makes you move sometimes. The Holy Ghost. When you don't feel like even moving. Down in my soul. I can feel it. I can feel it. Yeah, it keeps on. Oh, it keeps on. The Holy Ghost. The Holy Ghost. The Holy Ghost. The Holy Ghost. I got it. The Holy Ghost. I got it. Keeps on. Keeps on. In my soul. The Holy Ghost. Take control. The Holy Ghost. Keeps on. Nothing but. The Holy Ghost. Nothing but. The Holy Ghost. Nothing but. The Holy Ghost. It's a keeper. Keeps on. It keeps me when I'm all by myself. The Holy Ghost. It's a fixer.
This is Craig Carlisle, the host of the RZNGMEN show, and I'm also an executive producer of the independent feature film Restored Me.
I lost everything for something I didn't do. What type of God is gonna watch a man get up on his feet and then kick him right back down and get drugged through the dirt again?
It's a powerful, feel-good dramedy that centers around a young man trying to restore his relationship with his young daughter and her mother.
Talk to him just like you're talking to me.
Where have you been, kid? These people take communion from me. I am their God.
This film speaks to restoring your faith and pushes a bold message of positivity and motivation. The cast includes Gary Owen, Bill Duke, Will Young Lee, Matt Gerald, Richard T. Jones, Malik Yobo, Yancey Arias, and Bo Casper Smart, just to name a few. Restored Me is available on over 100 digital markets, including iTunes, Amazon, and on demand from your local cable provider. Buy it, rent it. Either way, I'm asking you to watch it. It'll bless your life.